using the parts list as your master reference. The 3D isometric drawing shows locations and elevations for the main tees and hanger wires. The 2D plan view lists all components and shows where each part will be installed in the assembly. Find a corner starting point based on location specified on the architect's plans or by scaling from a working drawing. Mark the hanger wire locations and lay out the main tees as shown on the 2D plan, aligning them with the hanger wire locations. Mark the hanger wire locations on the main tees as they are shown on the drawing plan. Main tees are hung from the high points on 4-foot centers. They are spaced 4 feet apart and are hung at the same elevation. In the exceptional case that a main tee is required 2 foot from an adjacent main tee, it will need to be hung at a different elevation. Establish the location of the highest point of the assembly as specified by the architect. Be sure to have at least 2 inches of clearance above this point to prevent interference with installation of the edge trim. Once the vertical placement is determined, install and bend the hanger wires as indicated on the 3D drawing. Then, hang the first main tee. Main tees are connected with main tee splice clips. To join 2 main tees, insert 1 tab on the splice clip through the slot at the end of one main tee. Then, insert the second tab on the splice clip through the slot at the end of the other main tee. Next, butt the main tees together snugly. Then, bend down the splice clip tabs for a tight connection. When you're finished hanging the first row, examine the completed row from the side to ensure that the hanger wires are plumb. Wires should hang straight and plumb within 1 6, about 10 degrees. If hangers need to be relocated, move them now. Now, examine the completed row of main tees from one end. It should be straight with no waves. If you need to install additional hanger wires, install them now. Install the next row of main tees following the same steps. In the installation shown here, the first 2 rows of main tees are hung 4 feet apart. Cross tees will be hung between them to support 2 rows of topo panels. Because 2 panels form a complete topo wave, these main tees are hung at the same elevation. Before installing the cross tees, review the 2D ceiling plan to determine the location of any utility circles that will be installed at cross tee intersections. Utility circles and their intersecting cross tees are assembled separately and will be addressed in the next video segment. For now, we'll focus on standard cross tees. Begin with a 4-foot cross tee. Insert the end of the cross tee into the appropriate slot in each main tee. Continue installing cross tees until reaching a location where a utility circle will be placed. Then, go back to the first 4-foot cross tee and begin installing the perpendicular 2-foot cross tees. Insert the end of the 2-foot cross tee into the slot in the middle of each 4-foot cross tee. Double-check the locations of any utility circles to be installed at intersections. For now, skip past these sections and install just the standard cross tees. Install the remaining 4-foot cross tees first, then the 2-foot cross tees. In the event that a main tee is hung 2 feet from an adjacent main tee, it will need to be hung at a higher or lower elevation. Refer to your 3D drawing to confirm the proper height. Tightly wrap the ends of all hanger wires to prevent them from being seen from the side after installation is complete. In this segment, we review utility circle installation. In the previous segment, we installed all standard main tees and cross tees, working around a section where a utility circle is specified. This is the open section in the middle left of the grid assembly shown here. The utility circle assembly consists of one 4-inch utility circle and 4 modified cross tees, factory cut a couple of inches shorter than standard cross tees. To begin pre-assembly, lay these components out on a table or other flat surface. The utility circle is ringed with 4 clips that connect with the modified cross tees. These clips operate just like main tee splices. Insert the tab through the slot at the end of each modified cross tee. Then butt the components together snugly and bend down the tab for a tight connection. In this installation, the utility circle has been specified for a location where the intersecting cross tees curve down to form a valley. Utility circles can also be specified for intersections that curve up to form a vault. There are slight differences between valley and vault utility circles. With utility circle and intersecting cross tees connected, raise the assembly into place and lock the cross tees into position just like standard cross tees. Lay out all edge trim segments according to their placement as shown on the 2D drawing. Then, guide each edge trim segment into place so that the brackets on the back side slide over the bulb of the perimeter tees. Edge trim fascia splice covers are used to cover the gap between each length of installed edge trim. Squeeze the bottom to get a snug fit around the trim as shown here. Install the trim splice covers as you go, sliding the lower lip over the bottom edge of the trim. Do not butt together adjoining lengths of edge trim. Instead, leave an 1/8 of an inch gap between trim pieces. At corners, leave a 3/8 inch gap between the leading edge of the trim and the end of the tee. These gaps will be concealed by the edge trim splice covers and corner covers. To install these, bend the upper portion over the top of the edge trim. Use the number 6 or number 7 3/8 inch sheet metal screws provided to secure the trim bracket to the tee. At corners, hold an edge trim corner cover in place and lower the edge trim on each side of it so that it catches the bottom lip of the cover. Remember to leave a 3/8 inch gap between the leading edge of the trim and the end of the tee. Secure the corner trim covers by bending the upper tab down on each side, over the top of the edge trim. We are now ready to install the topo panels. Remember, to prevent dust from accumulating, be sure to install the topo panels only after all other construction activity has been completed. After unpacking the topo panels and prior to installation, spray and wipe each panel with the provided anti-static spray and lint-free towel. Install panels surrounding utility circles first. These panels have a curved notch in one corner. Topo panels are designed to slip over the tee easily, yet have sufficient grip to keep the panel edges in place. However, in some cases, panel hold-down clips may also be necessary to create a tight fit between the panels and the grid. By snapping a panel hold-down clip over the bulb of the common tee between 2 panels, the clip keeps 2 adjacent panels pressed tightly to the grid. Panel hold-down clip should be installed after 2 adjacent panels have been laid in place. After all topo panels surrounding utility circles have been installed, install the remaining panels as indicated on the 2D drawing. Topo panels all have the same shape. During installation, each panel can simply be rotated until properly oriented with the vaults and valleys of the topo grid. If your installation includes topo panels with preformed utility circles, note their locations on the 2D drawing and install these accordingly. This completes this video guide to installing the topo 3-dimensional system from USG Interiors. We hope that you found this presentation to be a useful resource. If you need more information regarding these systems, call 1-800-USG-4U. Thank you for using our products, and thanks for watching.